Straight into the action. What's that rock? Granite. Reckon it's granite. So welcome back. Another sitting tour. Multi-day adventure like the old days. We're doing the Ridgeway, but the cyclable part of it, which is 43 miles long. It's the oldest road in Britain, 5,000 years old, I think. And it goes from Overton Hill to, Goring. It's meant to go to some beacon a bit further away. That's if you're walking, but we're going to do it on the bike. So we stop at Goring. But in the meantime, we've got these rocks here. We're at Avebury. It's the largest megalithic site in the world. Now, lithic, I think, actually means rock. I inadvertently learned while scouring Wikipedia. So Neolithic, yeah, the new Stone Age, basically, or stone is what it means. Sorry, and megalithic, the big stones. I guess it's the biggest big stone circle, made of big stones. So it's saying 3000 BC for the construction time. Oh yeah, because the ditch is on the inside of this mound that we're standing on. That shows that it wasn't defensive, because if it was defensive, you'd put it on the other side, wouldn't you? They think it's a religious sort of place. Good spot to have a party. It said all the ley lines run through here, and probably to Stonehenge and Glastonbury Pyramid Stage. My mate's farm, he was telling me yesterday that they go there, so, you know, maybe. Yeah, so it's 350 meters about in diameter. They describe it, or Wikipedia was describing it as Axis Mundi, which means the center of the world. So it's a pretty good spot to start, isn't it? Start at the center of the world, work your way out. Have a bit of Latin for you. Genie Loci, place of spirits, is also what they think. Well, you know, I don't know really what they're talking about, but they put a bunch of Latin on it. I think that's always a good idea, isn't it? If you want to say something, say a bit of Latin, pick some Latin, and then say that it's that. Now, strictly speaking, this Avebury isn't actually on the Ridgeway, but I mean, it's a pretty important site. So I thought we'd come check it out, and it just ties in nicely with the last video, I think. So, of course, stones aren't granite. We knew that. I knew that from the beginning. I said it was granite, and even then, as I was saying it, I knew it was a lie. The correct answer is sarsen. It's a type of hard sandstone. So I guess we'll just try and remember that. You don't think that sandstone, do you? Because it's not sandy. I don't think it's more limestoney. But anyway, definitely not granite. Also, another lie I told in the previous video, that the stones here came from Pembrokeshire. That's not true. They're locally sourced. They say that the taller stones, a bit like the cove at Stanton Drew, you know, the taller stones represent the men, and the shorter stones represent the women, male and female energy coming together. Now, I was reading someone's blog online about it, trying to find a bit more esoteric knowledge for you. They were meditating, came to the profound realization that it's the gaps between the stones that are more important than the stones themselves. So Avebury lies on the St. Michael's ley line, which coincides with the May Day sunrise and crosses the longest possible stretch of southern Britain. It's thought perhaps the circle is a portal, boundary between worlds. Is that, don't roll in that, hey, Buff. Yeah, Buff, don't roll in that, okay? So the route goes up that way. Here's Dog. We've got a bike. The best part of it is these Audi saddlebags I've invented. So that's got my food and the dog's food in it. We've got the Royal Mail post box to kind of get us going as well. So we're going to start it. That's where we were, looking at Stone Circle. Here we go, Overton Hill. Here's where we start. The route goes down. You can see there's a lot of, Stone Age, and well, we know the difference, isn't it? These castles are probably Iron Age. Some of this stuff's Stone Age, some of it's Iron Age, basically. Glorious, yeah. So the sun's already come out. We got the dog. I'm riding the bike. I'm gonna have to work on my one-handed filming, but I reckon, yeah, we're off to a nice adventure. Oh, it's the free. I've got my dead rat here, which is meant to stop the wind noise, so we'll see if that works. The Ridgeway runs on chalk, so it's high and dry, which is perfect for us because we're not really equipped. You know, I mean, our tyres are, they're like hybrid, I think. So if it gets too muddy, we're going to be a bit stuck. That's always good. Yeah, well done. And you just sit down and pretend nothing happened. Yeah, this is called Barb Castle. And yeah, it's an Iron Age camp. So we're going to camp. I mean, we're not going to camp, but we're going to make a tea. Pretty sure this is hogweed, but I'm not 100% sure on it. There is giant hogweed. Here we've got these nettles here, so we're going to take a few of these. Another one of those. We got over here, this is silverweed. So let's take a bit of silverweed. Lastly, we've got the dandelions here. So take a few of those too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're nice, aren't you? Yeah, you're a nice dog. That sounds pretty. I mean, I think that's good now, really. So the Barb Castle, there was a geological survey in... Are you not interested in this? There's a geological survey in 1996, which revealed that there were... You're not listening, no? It revealed there were... Yeah, exactly. It revealed there were 40 huts. I do always wonder, though, it's fairly windy up here, isn't it? I know you've got the view, but it's going to be cold and windy the whole time. And I've just been thinking about quests a little bit. So, number one, I see on the map in a bit there's a river. So I think we should have a swim. The real number one is to make it to, I think, White Horse Hill. You know, make it to the end pretty much of stage one, but we're going to have to find a spot to camp. So I think it'll be nice if we can make a fire, make a cheese and ham toastie, you know, for dinner tonight, basically. So yeah, have a swim, cheese and ham toastie, and make it to the White Horse Hill. Yeah, so let's see if this tea is any good or maybe it kills us. Oh, it's actually really good. That's really good. I think the nettles were at the right time of year for them, so they've got great flavour. I think the dandelion's giving it sweetness. Maybe the silverweed is also enhancing it, binding them. It's a rating, I think, for that. Ooh, I'm going to say, I mean, we found it all literally there. We sit here, dog's having the best time, good spot, sun's come out. With all that in mind, what should we say, a 9? I'd say it's a 9. It's free, the dog's come here, let's say it's a 10. Guy there just gone off on his horse. Dog was trying to get it, so I've forced her into submission. Here's the river that I wanted to swim in, but it's just not looking that swimmable, is it really? Might all have to rest on the cheese toastie. I've spotted this, the garlic mustard. So this could be quite a nice addition to our lunch. So we'll forage a little bit of this. And then we've got to charge the foam. Unfortunately, I can't actually film this going in because that's you. I'm gonna stick this into you. There we go. And you can dig a hole, are you, Cokes? Now, step 2. In one of the saddlebags here, we've got a bunch of dog food plus human food. It's a bit of a gross situation. There you go. See, look, I made basically a little bowl. She can eat it. She doesn't normally really like it, but oh, you are going to eat it. That's it. Well done. Oh, well, that worked really well, didn't it? And it's very light, isn't it? That it's the container and the bowl. So I'm happy with that. Then for human food, we've got a choice. Basically, we've got either squished bread with ham, and then this garlic mustard, or noodles. Mayo mustard sauce. Now, with my ham sandwiches, typically I like to do mustard and mayo, but it's just quite a lot to bring, isn't it? Bring the mayo, bring the mustard, especially the mustard comes in glass. So I thought we'd try this mayo mustard. And we got the garlic mustard. This is going to be pretty mustardy. And then we've got a bit of ham here as well. Here you go. Yeah, so we've got the cheese. Oh, there we go. Let's put some sort of just chunks of cheese in there. Really couldn't really cut it up, and give a bit to the dog as well. She likes that. All right, so now this is pretty genius. I'm using one sandwich as the camera holder. Let me show you. I mean, you can't see anything, but that's an out-shot sandwich from the main camera. Out of focus, sorry. And then here I am, eating this sandwich, so let's give it a go. So the mayo mustard is pretty good. I'll get that again, actually, because it's just hassle, isn't it? Putting mustard and then mayo. You might as well just have mayo mustard. And yeah, once you get to the middle, look, there you go. It's decent. I mean, it wasn't all spread out. And I don't really taste this that much. Yeah, a bit. Maybe some more of that. I mean, the mayo mustard I'd give an 8, probably. The sandwich as a whole is good, but I've definitely had better. Maybe a 7. We've made it all the way to here. But anyway, actually, yeah, this white horse, this is where we're going to finish. The thing in the distance over there, we've got another Iron Age camp. And I've just been having a think in this segment. So I'm thinking for the title of it, we'll call it I'll Mull. I'll Mull. Sounds pretty funny, like I'll. Really like I will mull. But if you say I'll mull, it sounds funny. Isn't it weird that in the Stone Age, or the Neolithic, the New Stone Age, where they built the stone circles, they were a gathering place for everyone, and you know, maybe it was religious, special, and everyone would go there, sacred, sorry, and everyone goes there. Oh, I'm gonna fall over. Everyone goes there together, you know, to celebrate stuff or whatever. And then in the Iron Age, which was only whatever 1,000 years later, then it seems like they're all like Iron Age camps and, you know, more military. Once they got iron, everyone was more aggy, isn't it? Stones, it's like, yeah, it's chill. Then you get the iron, and then suddenly it's like, right, well, I'm gonna mess you up now. We're gonna come round. We've got iron spears. Gonna poke you with them, and give us your iron. We want to take your iron. Before it was like stones. Well, we've all got stones. Doesn't really matter. Don't need your stones. Same as mine. You know, iron's like a store of value, I guess, as well, isn't it? Put all that time into making the iron, and then someone's going to come and steal your iron, because you need to defend it. And then really we've just kept doing that over and over and over again until we get to where we are now. Here you go, Liddington Castle, that's what they're calling it, the camp. But yeah, I think we'll skip it as well, because we're just making good progress at the moment, aren't we? And it's pretty common actually that at these camps, they have like, I guess in World War II, they put the anti-aircraft thing, maybe that is anti-aircraft as well, sort of turrets there, and like use these ancient military camps, you know, for modern military. Well, it's also historical now. That's what happens, even when you're modern. That's why you should never name something modern. You know, modern, then postmodern. They didn't, you know, I could have seen that coming, really. Or it's like, actually, I saw at the shop the other day, it's like, you know, M&S Foods now open. But like, M&S has been open for years. So don't write now open, just write M&S Food. But anyway, so with this, they build, you know, military structures at these kind of ancient military points. Yeah, pretty spooky. Oh, what's this? Yeah, I think it's probably anti-aircraft, and here's maybe where they had the gun turret then, because it doesn't seem like there's any kind of shooting spots on the side. And here, this is a little sad, but this seems to be a kind of like natural burial ground, or I don't know if they actually buried the people here, but more like memorial. Seems like they lived a full life anyway. There, look at that. In loving memory of Connie Margaret Conduit, remembered for her timeless isms. While you're here. I see. While you're here, and then you say what you want to say. A few little benches here to remember the people. Merrily we made memories without knowing. Frazzle, Dazzle and Fred. Cutlery Robin. There you go. I've hidden my dead rat slightly. Look, it's still in there, but just hidden it a bit because I'm walking around and I bump into You know, so I see people basically, and they're probably going to be like, why has he got a dead rat on his neck? Yeah, and the bike's still there, so we're doing fine, aren't we? We're doing fine. Hello, what have you been up to?
My name's Mark, and I've been taking pictures, as you can probably tell, and I've just taken one of a yellow wagtail, which I'm going to send over to you now. So as I was walking down and I saw you, I actually thought of a Bible verse. I'm a born-again Christian, and it's Jeremiah 29 verse 11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, that you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." And then it says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." God bless
I appreciate
you,
that. God bless you
God
too.
bless you.
Yeah, well, amazing. We've had an interaction, a filmed interaction. We just met, which is something, a novelty for the channel, isn't it? He said a prayer for me afterwards, which I didn't film. So that might have been about the darkness and the prospering. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much tastes like water, so I'd say 5. Trough water for animals, no washing. We can drink it. We've got less than a litre of water. It's only a 5-minute cycle away. Let's go and just fill up the water. We're just going to lock the bike up here because, you know, it's probably just as fast to walk. Yeah, actually, we'll just go have a little look in the church. Maybe we found that tap because Mark said that prayer for us. So maybe let's go check out the church as well. Go. Yeah, so that was good. So I had a little pray for all you guys to be happy and prosperous, and for everyone I meet to be happy and prosperous, because that's pretty much what he said, I think, to me in his prayer. But I should have started with, you know, thank you, Lord, for, you know, getting the plumber to install the tap. That's like, I think that's some military thing, isn't it? That's what I mean, you know, we get the more technology and then we need to just keep building bigger and bigger stuff to defend it. Stones, mate, that's what it's about. Neolithic, I reckon, that's the best one. Once you get to Neolithic, then you got the stone circles, bit of a party. They know some stuff about the sun. Stonehenge is obviously aligned to the sun and it's quite a big deal. Summer solstice and that. I think Avebury, it was aligned to the May Day sunrise, which I guess maybe spring equinox. So what I mean by that? It's not May Day though, is it? They can move big rocks around. Maybe there's a portal to another dimension, we're not sure. And just have a good time. Yeah, I was chatting to one friend recently and he was telling me about taking joy in the little things. He said that he saw a nice bollard one day and that cheered him up, and he's been playing, like fiddling with his blinds and seeing how the light changes, and that's also was enjoyable. So yeah, I quite like that snail shell, and we've seen a few of them now, haven't we? I like it. You know what I like? I like when a theme develops. You know, when we start the episode, it's always a bit like, well, what's going on? I'm like, what's this rock? Don't know, you know. But I mean, that is a theme. That's an arching theme for the whole show. Repetition legitimizes, you know. That's what they say, isn't it? So it's like, we've seen a snail, okay, no big deal. See a bunch of snails, right? Well, maybe it's a snail thing. Now, what does the snail symbolize? Well, of course, it's got the spiral shape, which is always good, and it's a small thing. It moves slowly. So a lot of good stuff there, really. And then I feel like that's one kind of theme that's starting to develop. We'll see what happens with that. Also, snail, another good one, is that it carries its house on its back. Ew, ew. And the other theme that I feel is developing is that of God's grace. The amazing grace. He's made another return. Those sort of lines that come down from the clouds, they are called God's fingers. So I've just been reading up a bit more. Hey, Coke, stop that. Bath, if you do that. Look, you've got to sleep in the same tent as me, so we can't have you. Hey, what's happened? Let me see you. This is a bad dog. That smells really bad. What I should have prayed for was that the dog wouldn't do that. Doesn't really matter, does it? Your prosperity and health and happiness. I mean, yeah, great, well done if you have it. But what's actually important to me right now is that the dog doesn't roll and poop. And I wasted my prayer on you guys. Before all that happened, I was I've just been googling about the May Day celebrations. Yeah, it said that in the middle of the stone circle at Avebury, there was a huge stone, like 11 feet long and nearly 9 feet diameter. But then it's been removed, or it hasn't been there for years, and hundreds of years probably. And then there's another stone that we didn't see called like the vulva stone, and that's got like a bit of a hole in it and stuff. And so that I did mention about the kind of masculine and feminine thing going on, but apparently that's quite a big deal. It's regeneration and having nice times with each other is a big part of it. What are you doing? Stop that. Do you understand what's going on? When you roll in that, you have to have a bath. So don't roll in it. Come on. Sorry for scolding her, but I don't know what to do about it. And it's like, I can't touch her now. I want to pick her up and turn her upside down and say, bad dog, but she's covered in poop, so you can't even do that. Yeah, so anyway, the obelisk is where now they put the May Day pole, which is the first Monday in May, when it's roughly halfway between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. There you go. So that's good to know, isn't it? Because I was like, what, May Day's not a big deal, but it's halfway between those. And the Celts called May Day Beltrain, and they said it signifies the start of summer. From where we are, it's about a week and a half to May Day, so it's pretty much the start of summer, isn't it? It's definitely getting there. The maypole dancing, that is like an ancient sort of celebration going back thousands of years. They used to do it around a living tree, apparently, I guess with the ribbons, or maybe they just danced, without the ribbons. And that was part of the spring rites of fertility. So it's still today, Avebury is still a kind of fertility thing. It's a shame, really, I didn't look to try and find the vulva stone and find the obelisk. But, well, actually, we are going to pass back through it because I've got to go and pick up the bike. Well, you'll see. So actually, we could even stop there. And now we know, with what we've learned, we could go and do a bit better research. We've got in poop coats. It's called bath. That's what happens. So I think between the World Wars, the Stone Age, which is all the lithic ones, and the Iron Age, I'm going to say Neolithic is the best. World War I and II, a lot of war going on, not that good. Mesolithic, Paleolithic, we don't know much about that, to be honest. But I don't think they didn't have the stone circles, did they? So what did they have? Really, what did they have? I don't even know. Like maybe cave paintings, and that's just not gonna cut it, is it? It's not enough stimulation. Like, I'm a YouTube generation and I need some sort of fertility festival probably, and calendars and stuff to just occupy my time with, not look at the same cave painting every day forever. I'm gonna lose my mind. And then obviously the Iron Age, that's when all the problems started. We got the camps, and it just seems like, again, probably war. Like, why do they have all these camps at the top of hills with defensive ditches? Probably because everyone was trying to attack them, steal their iron. I'm not down for that, I want to chill, not be attacked, go to some fertility festivals and check my calendar. Okay, so we're filled up with water, dog's clean. I'm more frustrated than before, although the frustration is waning. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends. Oh, just wishing that the world keeps turning our way. And our way. It's on the road again. Right, there you go. Saxon Smithy, an atmospheric Neolithic long barrow on the Ridgeway, named after the Saxon Smith god, Wayland. Right, so he was doing his smithing here. The first structure built here between 3,590 and 3,555 BC was a stone and timber box with 2 split tree trunks positioned at each end. Over a period of less than 15 years, the remains of 14 people were placed in the box. Later, the wooden box was covered by an oval mound of chalk and earth, and between 3460 and 3400 BC, a second larger barrow with a stone chamber was constructed over it. I mean, this is definitely nicer than the air raid shelter, isn't it? It's more of a vibe. Let's see if we can go in here. Yeah, pretty dark, quite a dark little hole. What rock is this? I'm going to say sandstone again. They look pretty similar to the Avebury one, right? If it turns out it's granite, that's it. Quit the tour. Yeah, so scree, it is sandstone. So we are learning, we're progressing, even though we're starting from really pretty much absolute zero knowledge, even though I feel like I should know some things. Most of it's just not in there anymore. But we are slow learning, and I feel like I'm remembering this stuff. Sandstone is common around here. So look at that, it's going to be a lovely sunset, isn't it? So Wayland, the story goes that he was a smith and he was enslaved by a king. So he killed the king's sons and then forged a cloak to fly away with. But yeah, apparently if you leave a horse here overnight with a groat, it's a silver coin, then in the morning it'll be shod, which means, you know, it'll have shoes on its feet. So maybe if we leave the bike here overnight, then we'll get some mountain bike tires. Here, we're gonna have to pass under here. Yeah, so I'm thinking this looks pretty nice. Basically where the dog's standing, put the fire. There's some dry wood already here for us. We should hopefully get the sunset. The dog's already starting to build the fire. So the fire's doing its thing. We've got the food prepped, we've got the water, dog's got his food, sun's looking lovely, dog's chilling. Now we're gonna make this cheese toasty, but I think we don't have any green stuff. Basically I had some lettuce but I didn't bring it, so we're gonna try and forage stuff. The main thing that's kind of growing everywhere is this, which is my phone's saying is cow parsley, and it does make sense, but I'm always wary of this one because I know that it's looks similar to hemlock, but I also know hemlock's only found by water, and we're not really near water, we're right up the top of the hill. So it says that cow parsley has very fine, short, velvet-like hairs, whereas hemlock is completely smooth. And now there are. This has also got hairs. This has all got hairs. Cow parsley stems can be green or purple, or green to purple, but they're never blotchy. And that doesn't seem blotchy, right? That's just purple there. Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as blotchy. It says cow parsley leaves smell of parsley when you crush them, whereas hemlock smells of mouse pee. Now, to me, that does actually smell like parsley. So I'm pretty confident on it. I'm probably the most confident I've ever been. Yeah, it says also that it grows on the edges of woodland, which is where we're at. Let's try this tiny bit here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is it. Just wait a bit to see what happens. So I think probably now, while we're waiting to see if the cow parsley kills us, let's prepare the breads. I don't know, I seem to have my oil anymore. Bit of a shame, so I think we're gonna have to use mayo must as the oil. check that each stem is actually furry. Yeah, it is. So we'll take some of these smaller leaves. I think these are probably normally the nice ones. I won't go too crazy just in case. Okay, there you go. So we got some cow parsley, some cheese, the mayo must, and yeah, then we're gonna mayo must the other side of them, and then we'll flip it and then put the cheese in when it's like on the hot bit. Let's see, perfect. Look at that. Oh, I think this one's a bit burnt. Okay, hang on. Okay, that's fine, isn't it? Right, and then we'll stack the cheese, and hopefully that can melt. Like, because it's hot, I guess, now would be the idea. Yeah, looks good. So I've taken these off now, and I put on another mayo must, and then I guess we're going to put even more mayo must on. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's fairly good. Could have had a bit more, probably. And that one too, I think that we've lost a bit of the heat. Maybe now that's hot on that side, we'll put this back on. Here you go. Put that back on there, and then the cheese will melt even more. And then we'll just sort of load it up with, then we'll just open it back up and put the fillings in. Yeah, look, here you go. Here's the blackberry leaves. So we'll just grab a few of these youngish looking ones. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look, we get a few of those. We'll put some herb Robert. All right, maybe these need taken off now. They look like it's burning a bit. Let's just put this in here. Yeah, that's good. Ow, ow, ow. All right, here you go. So here they are. So hopefully we can open it. Yeah, I mean, it has melted a little bit, hasn't it? Now we're going to put some of this, the cow's parsley, bit of ham. Seal that back up. Yeah, here you go. This is it. This is herb Robert, pretty sure. Get a little bit of that as well. Here's our camp, which just looks ideal, isn't it, with the sun setting. The dog, I think we have picked a good spot here. Oh my God, falling over there. Yeah, look, this is where we live. There's our cheese toasties. Dog didn't eat them. Fantastic. There's the sun. Wet those in there as well. Right, now what I know about cheese toasties is that the important thing is to get the cheese pull on it. Okay, I think we're just gonna mess it up, sorry. Alright. So yeah, no cheese pull there because it just kind of fell apart, but it looks pretty good. Let's give it a go. Oh, really good. That side's pretty perfect. This side's a little bit burnt, but I reckon definitely 8, I'd say. Good, it's good 8. I think 8. But then 9. You know, we always do that little kind of situation point. Look at that. That's amazing. That's definitely a point. There might even be 2 points. Dog is sitting down next to me, which is something I really love. We got the shooting directly into the sun. 1 point for that. 1 point for the dog sitting next to me, and the flares, it's a 10. Oh yeah, and cow parsley, I mean, to be honest, can't even really tell that it's in there. So just risking your life and you don't even know. It's a leaf, isn't it? What's the point of risking your life for a leaf? Just good to know and like not live in fear, is it? You've got to try things. No, I mean, you shouldn't, basically, unless, you know, on your own risk. You can see if she eats the cow parsley as well, and we'll know. She's pretty got a better sense than me of whether it's poisonous or not. Yeah, I think she's leaving the cow parsley, isn't she? Just licking the mayo must off it. Wise move. Yeah, and because I love her, we'll give her the last bit of cheese toasty as well. Yeah, it's good. Snuffle that up. Wonderful. We'll, oh wow, that's really cooked, isn't it? We'll fish out some of these because it's just a bit much, isn't it, all those? Yeah, look at that. Fantastic, isn't it? There's a snail there. It's a good omen. And there was a snail actually over there by that camp as well, so that's also a good omen. I think we'll treat that. There's another snail there. Maybe there's too many snails actually. But yeah, we'll treat snails as a good omen, I think. Why not? Let's see, maybe move this snail, for example. Can go and live on over there now. Oh, he's fallen off over there. Yeah, pretty much just hot water, really. The blackberry leaves do give a bit of sweetness there. Probably 6. I've had a lovely day, and I'm looking forward to another adventure with you guys tomorrow. Always.